All right, let's take a look here at the news. A bunch of new games being released. We're going to start with a whole series from GameRight coming out. So we're going to go through these pretty quickly because they're a bunch of smaller games. We have Hedgehog Roll. This is obviously a game for kids about it's competitive or cooperative, which I normally don't like, but with a kids game, it might work.
I think this is a reprint also. This has been out before, and they're reprinting.
Well, the next one is definitely a reprint. Coffin Full of Zombies. What is that?
Oh,
Barrel Full of Monkeys.
They literally recreated Barrel Full of Monkeys. Really?
I liked Barrel Full of Monkeys when I was a kid.
Yes, so did I. But really? Wow.
Is there does that game, I wonder if this is licensed, Or if just we can make our own little things with arms like this, and it's not Barrel Full of Monkeys.
You got to think that the company who was it Hasbro who originally did it would take a look at it. I don't know.
Assuming I'm going to look on Amazon right now to see if you can buy Barrel Full of Monkeys. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet it's still in print. I'm going to take a guess.
It's in print.
It is in print, but it is not Hasbro.
Who is it?
No, it is Hasbro. I lied.
So
it is Hasbro.
The whole adage, well, the fact really, you cannot copyright, trademark a mechanic is sort of the same thing here, really. But now it's like a shape. I don't know. This is interesting. I forget about the law. It's wild. Who cares? It's Barrel Full of Monkeys.
Sure.
All right, Chicken. It's a memory game for kids where you're just revealing cards. When you think there's 5 eggs on these cards, you slap them. But there are chickens and foxes and other things that you're turning over that are not eggs. This is kind of a variant I've seen in other games. There was that bugs, mosquitoes, and remember that game back in the day, Zee?
I sure don't.
Yeah,
let's move on.
All right.
I feel like that between all 3 of these announcements, I'm sure they didn't check on this Coffin Full of Zombies because no one's going to buy this.
I don't get it at all.
I don't get it. This is such a waste of their energy and effort. Is anyone going to go buy this?
They probably put it out in the same channel.
I disagree. I think it will sell. I think it will do fine. I think it's a fine product.
Okay.
Okay. I was going to go.
All right. Let's move to Super Mega Lucky Box, which I've already reviewed. This is a really good flip and write game by Phil Walker Harding.
Yes.
Okay. Good. I got him back.
Being serious? Is it good?
Yeah, this is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
But it's from Phil Walker Harding. You know what I mean? Barrel Full of Monkeys is from the same guy who did your movie from the 1930s.
Yeah.
All right.
Which was
Happy City is another game that looks really good. It's called a Delightful Building Game, which always bugs me. But the card and artwork and everything, I'm actually going to shrug this along with me to the Gathering, Buonocore, so you can try this one. Happy City.
Okay. Do you have this, Tom?
We do. Chris Yee has stolen it. You can find him. He took it.
This looks really cute. I haven't seen that, but this is very cute looking. I love the little illustrations. I like that one. The one residence over here is like a big shoe, right?
Yeah, you have a big shoe, Old Mother Hubbard shoe. You got an igloo. I have no idea what this. It's a deck building game. So
no, I think they did Ghostbusters in there too. There's like a house, it
looks like the building in New York City. Yeah.
This looks really cute.
All right, then Secret Squad, and it's deduction and disguise. I don't know how this works because it's like, should pineapple be on pizza? Are you good at telling jokes? Do you believe in love at first sight? Is cake better than pie? And the answer is yes, yes, no, no.
Yes, yes.
Wait, are you reading only the yellow parts?
I did the bottom 2 cards. Should pineapple be on pizza? Yes. Are you good at telling jokes? Well, I think so, but I might not be. Do you believe in love at first sight? No. Yeah. And is cake better than pie?
You're not a romantic like me. I'd say yes.
Oh, okay. And I'd say those 4 questions,
say yes again.
I would say no, Yes, I guess. And then I would say yes and yes.
There's no such thing as love at first sight.
Yes, and yes.
You might be enamored or have a crush, but that is not true love. True love requires you to know the person.
And if we added the top, do sentient aliens exist?
And the less I know about you, the more I love you. Keep it to yourself.
And the other two questions are yes, too. Go.
Can you do more than 5 pull-ups? No. For that one, for sure.
I think I can. More.
Are you a choo-choo train who believes in dreams? I think I can. I think I can.
All right. Asmodee is releasing Zombicide Chronicles. This is the role-playing game. This is a weird one for me because it's based on the board game Zombicide, but Zombicide is literally a game where they've taken every zombie trope from every zombie movie and thrown it into a box.
Okay.
So how is that a role-playing game? There's like no universe. It's almost a silly universe, really.
Yeah.
Well, it's like if you wanted to do The Walking Dead, the role-playing game. That's possible.
Yeah, but that is a single universe. There are characters in Zombicide that are clearly parodies of The Walking Dead.
I think this is a great idea, and I think this is going to sell very well. And by the way, it's Zombicide, not Zombicide. Come on. Really? Zombicide.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, sir.
You actually think this will sell well, Steven, just based on the IP?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll do a good job in creating a role-playing game around the tropes of zombie things.
It's pronounced Zomba movie, actually. It's like Zombicide.
Zomba movies.
All right, moving on to Corrosion, a new game from Capstone.
Oh, hold on, Tom. Stop the presses. I see a puppy. Hello, puppy.
A puppy with a ball.
Doggy.
Where?
Ooh, yes. He's dark like my soul. Look at the puppy. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Corrosion, a new game from Capstone. This is a 1 to 2 hours. You're fighting time in this game, but it doesn't sound like it's a real-time game. Like time looks like a resource, and you're just trying to build machines before time runs out. It sounds interesting. That's kind of a weird picture. It looks like a component drop from me.
Yeah, I mean, carefully dropped, but yeah. I don't know. I like that theme, but I can't tell if it's like what's going on in the game, and if the theme is literally like goes cover deep, and that's it. Yeah, it's gonna be a thinky game, right? Capstone Games. So,
in similar news, Hero Hockey is coming from
very similar news.
Oh boy,
Asmodee. So they say it's a little bit like Clask. So I'm wondering if it is Clask and they've just rethemed it.
Never played. It sure looks like it.
That cover, I hate it so much.
Well, it says it's a kid's game with a superhero theme, which it obviously is a kid's game, and the superheroes have nothing to do with the game.
Right, and if you're going to make generic superheroes where one is clearly Superman and the other is clearly generic, that's such a weird mix to me. Like, what? Why? Why are superheroes playing hockey with baseball bats?
Because they're superheroes. They get to do whatever they want. What are you going to do? Stop them? They're supernatural.
The game looks fun, but I don't know.
It looks like Clask.
Looks like Clask.
It looks like the exact same game.
I never played Clask, but Clask looks fun, so it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, Full Throttle is a new game coming from Friedman Fries from 2F Spiel. You're riding mopeds and racing them, souping them up, and so it's 3 laps around, and you're trying to bet on the winning mopeds, I think.
I'm in.
Friedman Fries has done other racing games, as mentioned earlier, the one that Mr. Buonocore didn't know, the Fast Flowing Forest Fellers.
I did not know that. I love racing games, and I'm a big fan of Friedman, obviously. So yeah, I look forward to seeing what he comes up with in this incarnation. I like
that sounds a little bit more like Downforce, where you're both maybe racing, but also sort of
Yes.
Deciding who might win and betting on that. Yeah, it sounds neat.
Betting,
I like the
betting
theme.
and racing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm in.
This next piece of news is an older game from Bruno Fiduti, Masquerade, has a new reprint coming from Repos Production that looks amazing. Like, I actually don't really care for the look of the original Masquerade game. This one looks really good. It's a great box. The card art's great. Masquerade is a game in which you're trying to communicate with other people secretly. It's a really crazy style game. You might even wink at somebody to get their attention type aspect. But with a bit of Citadels mixed in. It's not as popular as Citadels, but I'm pumped about this.
I'm not
I like
sure
the
why you're
look.
so crazy. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You were going to talk about Tom being crazy. Please, I yield the floor.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're so crazy about the look. I mean, looks okay. It's good. It looks okay. But I've never played Masquerade, and I know it's kind of not a classic, I guess, but it's been out for a long time.
Not really.
No, isn't Masquerade
It's a few years old. There's no
Oh.
Citadels. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. Tom disagrees.
I
I like the
Sneezing
look
at
of this just fine, Tom. I think it is a nice look. I like that it's different from the usual polished Fantasy Flight games kind of look that a lot of fantasy gets these days. So yeah, I like the vibe going on here. The game itself, I don't really care for very much. So yeah.
I didn't think you would. I like it fine. I gave it a 7, but I just like this artwork so much better. And it came out in 2013, by the way.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's not old. Okay.
All right. Next we have.
Citadels, the real one.
That's right. So this is a portable version of the game as opposed to the other one. Anyhow.
The other one came with a built-in brick to prevent it from moving.
Anyway, it's a new version. Yay, it's getting you fine again.
What's the? It really? It doesn't
It's
say
not
portable.
deluxe. It does say. It says a more portable.
It's basically they came out, so they've gone through so many versions of Citadels, but the last time they had a go at this was they printed 2 of them. They printed Citadels in kind of a medium-sized box with all the previous content available, some tweaks, a nice crown, nice coins, and then new stuff, where that was the first time it was being shown. Great. I own that edition. I love it. And they also came out at that same time. They reprinted what they called Citadels Classic, which was a tiny little box, a little square box, which was basically the very original from 2000 reprinted. Original artwork, whereas they reworked the artwork for the other one, all that stuff. So those were the 2 available. And now they've taken the nice one and moved it down in size to the middle in between those 2 things. Sure. Oh, and the cards in the original one, the characters were tarot size cards for the deluxe. So now they're normal size cards. This is like an in-between thing. That's great.
Okay.
Because if you don't have Citadels and you like this, this is a great addition to get. There's tons of content in there. So yeah, cool.
Cool.
But I own all this already, so.
Yeah, it's only if you don't own Citadels. All right, so then from Amigo, a game called Help. So this is a pretty terrible looking box. It looks like a mass market game.
Bless
Man,
you.
I got the sneezes going on here.
You know what you need? Help.
Help. Anyway, it looks like you need to play cards, but your neighbors can help you get out of a jam, and if they can't, you lose. I don't know. It sounds like a game that's everyone's going to call clever.
I had not looked through the news articles here yet today. I'm doing it right now for the first time. I read about this morning, just on BGG. I like this designer, Kim Vanderbroek, I think her name is. She does a lot of sort of mass market stuff, but she's cool. And then getting an Amigo card game I thought was interesting. So I read the rules, and I just had a hard time kind of following it. This is one of those that from reading the description, I can't get a good grasp on how this is going to feel. Are we helping each other? Are we not helping each other? You can put out a no card in front of you. That means the player next to you can't ask you for help. It's like, okay, is that good or bad? Are you trying to not help? I was very confused by the whole thing. I think clever might be what it ends up being if it can avoid convoluted on the way to clever. And we'll see if it can do that. I don't dislike the look. I'll say that, Tom. You don't like that? You don't like the way those cards look?
No, the cards are fine. I don't like the box cover.
The box cover is like it's a little bit of a play on the, what's that famous painting?
Yes, it looks like a Da Vinci painting, but
yeah.
Or no, Michelangelo, sorry.
Looks more like a comic.
Then we have Milestones. There's another game from Amigo that, once again, it's another game in the no communication. You're trying to score as many points as you can through a team, but you're working on your own individual goal with no communication. And there's a sand timer and dice and cards. It actually sounds pretty horrible, but it might be good. No, it might be good. It's just like, if you describe that pitch to me, I'd be like, what else you got?
Unfortunately for this one, I'm right there with you. And I think this is a terrible cover. There's two people carrying a thing in between them, and that thing is a giant die. Whoop.
And they're doing like a Congo dance or something there.
Okay.
It's not attractive.
It looks weird, man. It might be great, but it looks weird.
All right. Hobby World is distributing their own English edition games. Now, Hobby World has worked with multiple companies. They've worked with Mayday. They've worked with Arcane Wonders. They've worked with Cryptozoic for Spyfall. So they're coming straight themselves. We're seeing this happen more and more these days. And they're bringing
Hobby World, by the way, is a Russian company, folks.
They are the largest, by far, the largest publisher and printer of board games in Russia.
I'm trying to think their most popular game. It might be Spyfall, but they also did Viceroy, Furnace, and they also print a lot of games from English in Russian. You know, the opposite way.
Absolutely.
So they have a game coming called Dubious, a social deduction game where you have an occupation, a secret, answer questions, and you have to figure out everyone else's thing. They like social deduction games, as evidenced by the Spyfall series and its sequels.
Yeah, so, that's a really cool image right there. That is such a cool image.
Caveat on their games should be mentioned. Games in Russia, produced in Russia and sold in Russia, are of a significantly less quality than produced anywhere else. So it's going to be interesting to see if they upgrade the component quality of their games when they're now printing it for the English-speaking world. That's just a fact, and they'll tell you that's what the market expects in Russia. They don't expect the kind of stuff that we've come to expect. They expect just regular stuff at a cheaper price, of course. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with their quality components. I'm sure they can print higher quality, just cost more. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Finally, we have the official announcement. This was leaked to the internet like 2 months ago. The King of Tokyo Monster Box. So this is from Yellow. I'm assuming it's to celebrate the 10th anniversary of King of Tokyo. I'm not really happy with this box. I thought it was like, yes, a big King of Tokyo Monster Box to hold everything, but I don't want to buy the game again.
Oh yeah,
what's in here? I guess is the main thing.
I've heard it's everything, like everything except for like the Egyptian expansion or the Egyptian monster with the 4-sided die. I heard it's all expansions. That's what I heard.
Not everything. Great.
Except for that.
Well, it doesn't say that. It says it comes with King of Tokyo, 2nd edition, the Power Up and Halloween expansion. And then it also comes with a Baby Gigazar, which you can't get anywhere else, which has its own evolution cards, as well as 11 exclusive cards to this set. Okay. This is literally the definition of everything you own already, throw it away. You need to buy the new stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely going for that. I personally, this is a insta buy for me for the reason is that I actually never owned King of Tokyo, and I do love the game. So I'm buying this absolutely 100%. Need it for my collection.
That
So
I
this
get,
doesn't
right?
have. So this doesn't have the standalone monsters, and there were 3 of them, I think. King
There was
Kong,
King Kong.
Godzilla,
Okay.
and the Pharaoh or whatever that one was.
Are you sure there wasn't 4Z? I thought there was
What
4,
else?
but I might be wrong.
Is there another one?
I'm trying to remember. There was the Cultists.
Oh, Cthulhu. I
Cthulhu.
forgot to say Cthulhu. Cthulhu, Godzilla, King Kong, and the Anubis, I think it was.
Actually, I don't think Godzilla is one of them, Z.
Wait a minute. Hold
It's not?
on.
I thought Godzilla was its own. No? King
I
Kong
think-
definitely is.
No, I think that Godzilla, because I keep making this mistake too. I think he's like a promo somewhere, but he's not one of those promo packs. The first was Cthulhu, where you had cultists. Then there was King Kong, where you could climb up towers. Then there was Anubis, which was
One
the
I was
Egyptian
mentioning.
one.
Right.
I think those are the only 3.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, maybe
I just noticed something. 2 things. One says, additionally, the set comes with a new dice tray. I don't know what that means, and I don't know if anybody cares. It comes with a dice tray. It's okay, a place to put your dice. Okay.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, the game is for 2 to 4 players. That
Is weird.
That can't be right.
No,
The board-
No, I'm looking at the box. It says 2 to 6 in the box.
Yeah,
That's just the
okay.
misprint there.
All right. All right. I take back that would be like devastatingly bad. It doesn't make sense.
I agree.
The game-
That'd be bad if it
You-
only went
you
to
just-
4.
You just put one guy in Tokyo Bay.
I still don't know who's playing this at 2.
Nah,
Yeah.
All
not
right.
a good game for 2.
I'm excited about this next piece of news from Funkoverse. They're taking one of my favorite movies and making it into a game, The Rocketeer. I love the Rocketeer movie. I love the soundtrack. It's one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. But I just like this movie. It's pulp. You know, a guy finds a helmet and a backpack and lets fly around, and he's fighting off Dick Tracy villains who are Nazis. You know, I really enjoy this movie.
Yeah. That's a great cover. That is a beautiful, beautiful illustration of a cover.
That is.
Wow.
I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen the movie, but
Oh, you got to watch it.
I might have to thank you, Tom. Yeah, very cool cover.
Yeah, that dog is now running outside.
Alrighty.
The news
Sure.
keeps going.
The news, last piece of news here from Arcane Wonders. We have Smartphone Inc., the card game, mobile markets.
Mobile
So-
markets.
Yes, before.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, what a jerk. All right, I read the rules for this actually before we did the news. I was looking over how this game works. It's very much a smartphone card game, but there's a lot of differences too. It's not just condensed down to a card game from what I can tell. You're still
Okay.
putting 2 little cards together to make, or 2 little tiles together to make icons. But then there's a customer deck. So these customers are coming out and you're trying to fulfill the needs of these customers. It looks really good. I really like smartphones, so I'm hoping this one's great.
Yeah, that's neat. I'm excited for this. This looks really cool. And I like that it's not, you know what I first thought of when I saw this? It says on the cover 1 to 4 players. And I thought, this is going to be a roll and write. You know what I mean? That cover, I'm like, this is a roll and write.
That's true. It's not a roll, right? But there is some solo rules. I did not read those, but I did notice that there was solo rules in the pack. So, sure.
That's cool. I like it. I like that cover too. They have a really neat look. The smartphone games and
Smartphone
the
games, yeah.
expansion.
Agreed on that, yeah.
All righty, folks. That is the news. Got a couple more contributors for you.